I like all these ancient teachings.
I hope to, of course, add value to my life.
Home is where our journey begins.
For my part, I like to kind of share with you why did we start this journey, into virtues education. So Master Ching has said that there is no good or bad error. What matters is how each person responds to it.
Really important nowadays.
This is
Totally amazing.
Don't worry, be happy.
Hello, my name is Andrew Pan. I heard about Mahan from a friend who had completed his Dizigui program. I've forgotten my roots and I like to understand my Chinese roots, the ancestral beginnings to the customs and cultures that came with it over the generations. Essentially, Dizigui has brought us back to basics. And what's interesting is it's a 4,500-year-old wisdom being practiced in an era of artificial intelligence. That is definitely significant. So, what have I learned? Just one word: your values. But that values that Dizigui teach is also universal, and more importantly, it's a guide for you to practice. For example, one value of being filial to your parents. And another value, for example, is to show your trustworthiness. And in this case, being trustworthy to your partner. And together as a family unit, how your kids, your children will role model you. So there is a whole lessons and values. There is a guidebook and a lot of other support system that Mahan will have to encourage you to practice that. I learned that the Chinese word for learning is very fascinating. It has two characters. One is to study and gain knowledge. The other word, it means to practice it daily. I'm grateful for the teachers and facilitators, and of course, Principal Song, who leads the academy. They have managed to design a program that is literally straightforward and also not so straightforward because it's open to interpretations. The team of facilitators and teachers were very enabling. They will give you an opportunity to speak, to clarify. They lend their experience generously, and it made as a consequence of that, it becomes very useful for us.
How I got to know about Dizigui is because I like all these ancient teachings, and I found it on YouTube. Basically, I'm very, very grateful to be here in the first place, because to have this knowledge being passed down to me and learn it is a very big gift for me personally. And simple things like how do we live our life is a difference between living life of abundance and a difference between fighting through your life. Yeah, by applying Dizigui, I believe and I know for sure that you can have a good life. Simply, example from the first chapter itself, we're talking about cleanliness, orderliness. How do we change our destiny? By changing our thoughts. Yeah. So, and also being mindful, being early. I'm also guilty of this, but it is a start, and I'm going to do it. And I'm looking forward for my life after this with Dizigui. So on the family part, it's very important firstly for the parents to be virtuous and follow the rules of being a parent to the child, and also how a mother plays her role to the child, and most importantly how the child responds and behaves as a child towards the parents. So these are the stepping stones and learning habit from small, so that when they go out and work for someone else, or when they become a boss themselves, they can have a wonderful life in career. My biggest gratitude to all of you for taking your time, and also to the volunteers, and above all, providing this for free. This is unimaginable.
Hi everyone, I'm Siani. Probably We have learned a lot and basically based on the 弟子规, the guides for a good person and student. So to me, I personally found nowadays the morality of our new generation is a bit lacking. Perhaps the change of our education system. So when I first got in touch to 弟子规, I actually felt it's very important to actually make us be a good human being and also want some of the steps and also guidance from the ancient history. I've gained here is like chapter 1 is about filial piety for our parents, and then chapter 2 is about the kinship for our siblings, and then today I actually learned about mindfulness, and later on I'm going to learn about trustworthy. So all this actually reminds me like where I've started and where am I now, and then what am I going to do next. It also reflects back what I've been done perhaps is not correct, which I can still have a chance to actually correct myself now. So what's the next thing that I'm going to do right after this course is I will make sure that I'm not always mindful, MINDFULL, the fool. Instead, I'll be more mindful of each things that I'm doing every day, because a lot of us like very busy, so my working life is very busy. So a lot of time is more than a routine or just a take off list for me. So instead of doing that, I think I have to practice more mindful in each things that I do, so that it will be more meaningful to myself and also the people around me.
Mahans, home is where our journey begins. I'm Jasmine Lady Ho. Today's, in all the sessions from the first chapter, when I was reading through it, I know this, I know that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But today's topic about love, it hit me because only when I love, I can be loved. I think the barriers that I have built, the walls that have come up, it is very prominent to me today. It will take some time. I'm not saying like just like that it's gonna crumble. It will take some time, but I think the awareness is my lesson today. We have to take care of ourselves before we can take care of others. That is definitely something that I have to act on, because in the world of blue ticks, when we send messages or when we read messages that we receive, the expectation of the environment that we live in expect us to immediately respond. And I am being reminded that if I'm burning candles at both ends, it will not have enough to illuminate at the end. So what can I do to take a step to reduce that pace when it comes to me? Then only I can and I will love better, speak better, able to reflect better, to be in peace and to have the melody in my life. So thank you, Mahans. Thank you to all who have facilitated this.
You have to tolerate adverse opinions. Adverse opinions, that means opinions that doesn't make sense, that may not work. So how do you work around it and able to work out a win-win